ago, nobody knew who I was online. Now I have over 100,000 followers. Here's exactly what I did to get there. I started TikTok almost exactly 1 year ago. So I started a TikTok at a time I was working in an office and it was a very soul-sucking job. I think the emotional atmosphere of the job was very negative. It was very stressful. We got criticized a lot at work. And so I really just wanted to get out, but I think I also needed like a side hustle to pour my energy into. And so I was like, you know what? I've wanted to be a YouTuber for years. Like I've wanted to do video creation since I was really young. And I've tried, and then I would, maybe do it for 2 or 3 weeks and just kind of burn out and stop posting. And then I've done that multiple times. And I never really got any traction doing that because I just didn't do it for very long. But this time I was like, okay, you know what? If I'm gonna do this, let's do it seriously and do it the right way. And so I opened a TikTok account, and at first I was just basically experimenting because I didn't know what I wanted to post. So I was just posting literally anything I could think of. I did gym vlogs, I did regular just lifestyle vlogs, doing stuff with my friends. I did outfit transition videos, get ready with me's. What else did I do? I was also doing like trends. I was doing really random stuff. And then one of those first videos I posted was a video of me talking in Spanish. And I would say like usually when I first started posting, I was getting like 200 views, not very much. And then the first video that I posted of me speaking in Spanish, it was a video about how I learned Spanish.
Cuando la gente me pregunta, ¿y tú por qué hablas español tan bien? Es porque soy chismosa.
And that video went, for my page, viral. I think at first it got maybe 50,000 views. I think it's gone up since then, but at the time I was like, 50,000 views is crazy for me because I don't have any followers. And so I started to get rewarded for what I was posting. And so I just kept posting that, and I was still experimenting, still doing other stuff, but those videos were the ones that were doing well. So I kept repeating them. And then one day I did a food vlog. Basically, I went somewhere, ordered food in Spanish, and then reviewed the food in Spanish as well. That video did really well. And so anytime, I would say even still, I experiment with my content because my personality is I get really bored. Like if I were to do the same thing every single time, I would probably burn out and not be able to sustain that because I just need novelty in my life. So I still experiment with my content, but I make sure to keep up with my bread and butter videos that are what bring me views, which still today are food vlogs, cooking videos, and me speaking in Spanish, talking about cultural things or how I learned, stuff like that. I think I did start TikTok with the intention of it becoming my career, but I don't know if I ever really thought it would happen until I started seeing it. And it feels very exciting and very rewarding when you're seeing, you're gaining followers, you're getting views. And TikTok, I think, is a really good place to start because you can grow really quickly on TikTok. And I think just within the first month or so, I think I grew to 10,000 followers. And then I could put my stats up on the screen so you could see like month by month how much I grew. And it's been almost exactly a year, and I'm just about to hit 100,000. Let's see, so the first few months that I started, I was probably getting like my average TikTok. They're hit or miss because it's like sometimes you get 500 views, maybe 5,000. But I would say I was in that range for the first month or so, but I was seeing steady growth. And still my TikToks are hit or miss. I would say on the low end, they maybe get 1,000 views, but then I have some that I've had some with millions of views. TikTok is one of those platforms that you kind of never really know. Obviously there's videos that I know will perform well, but sometimes I post stuff that I think is going to do really well and it just doesn't take off, and vice versa. Sometimes I post things that I don't think are going to do well and then it takes off. So I would just say post as much as you can. Obviously, always try to be improving your content, but in my opinion, posting, at least for TikTok, a lot is the best thing you can do. You need to be consistent. Like I would recommend to start at it depends on how busy you are, but I would say at least one a day. Because there's some TikToks you can film that are very quick to post. Others obviously take a lot more effort and editing, but anybody should be able to handle posting one TikTok a day. I think the biggest mistake that I made would be I was very afraid to talk on camera, and I think I just didn't want to make anybody upset, so I wasn't really expressing my opinion on anything, which obviously that's boring. Like, nobody wants to watch someone who's just saying the same thing as everybody else. And I vividly remember the first time I uploaded a video of me talking to the camera on TikTok, and I was so scared to press post, and that was the first video I had that went kind of viral. So I would just encourage you to push outside of your comfort zone. I know it's weird, it's awkward, but the only way to get better at it is to do it. Like, you have to post it because you need the feedback. Don't worry about people criticizing you. I still get hate comments, and I don't care. Honestly, I really don't care, because I feel like anybody who's leaving a hate comment is just probably just unhappy or like bored with their life, because I've never met someone who's doing well who's sending hate comments, you know what I mean, on the internet. Turning point, like what changed? I think when I really started to see really rapid growth was when I really hit my stride, figured out what was working. I knew the Spanish videos were doing good, so I started doing more of that. I was looking at other creators, trying to see what people already liked. I knew that people liked watching me interact with other people in Spanish. So I started doing more of that, and my videos were doing really well. I also enjoyed, I think you do have to follow a little bit of what you like, because I've done some videos before that do well that I just don't enjoy doing. And if you have like a huge mental barrier to posting something, you probably just need to move on, like do something else if you really hate it. So anyways, I found what I liked, I followed that, and I think you should do what kind of best aligns with your personality. The biggest lessons I learned over the past year, I would say the most important thing that I learned is consistency is so important on any platform. Whether you're trying to grow on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you need to be posting consistently. And I would say it's best if you have like a regular, it doesn't need to be at the same time, but if like it's TikTok, do it every day, and you can look in the TikTok analytics to see when your follower is online. For me, it's like 5 to 8 p.m. is the best time for me to post, so I always post at that time if I can. And when I have more time, I'm posting twice, 3 times a day. I know whenever I was really growing, I was posting 2 or 3 times a day. Obviously, not everybody can handle that amount of workload, it's a lot, but if you ever have the free time, post more. I would say also one thing that really held me back in the beginning is trying to make every single video perfect. It really doesn't need to be perfect, you just need to post it. Like, just get it done, get it out there. And just starting to transition into like doing videos on YouTube, and that's what's held me back in the past on YouTube, is I spent way too much time on one video, and now I'm just gonna post it, because you get better as you do that. You learn how to edit faster, you learn what people like, and I don't really feel like any of my videos are perfect, but you don't really need them to be perfect. People don't want to see a perfect product, they want to see you and your personality. You have to have a good hook. If you want a video to do really well and go viral, if people are not interested within the first 3 seconds, you can have a really good video, but nobody's gonna watch it. And I have learned that really the video doesn't matter that much. If you have a really good first 3 seconds, people will watch it. And I will purposely now say things that I know will draw people in, and then they stay interested because the video's good, but you have to get somebody. People scroll so fast. If you don't hook them within the first 3 seconds, they're gonna scroll past you. Okay, also you have to make the videos that your audience wants, not what you want. There's certain things, like I really would like to film gym content, but for whatever reason, it never performs well. Like, my audience does not care about that. So I will do it sometimes because I enjoy it, but I know that it's just for me. Like, you have to make the focus of your page on what people want from you. Like, you need to follow whatever the comments people are leaving, follow that. And the last lesson I learned is that you have to just accept that you're gonna be cringe. A lot of your videos are not going to do well. It does take time, but eventually if you stick with it, you will grow. But you have to just kind of get over yourself and your ego. Like, who cares? And anybody who cares, honestly, is probably just not really happy with their life. Because I had people in my personal life who, not that they were necessarily not supportive, but they were judging me and I could feel it. But I don't know, I don't really care. You know, I know it's because they just don't have enough going on in their own life. That's fine. What I would do if I had to start over from zero today, I would first think about what makes you unique. For me, it's that I speak Spanish, but everybody has something unique, whether it's your perspective. I mean, you could literally be teaching people how to have small talk. I don't know. You know, there's literally a million things that you could make videos about, but you have to think about, what do your friends ask you questions about? My friends ask me for gym plans and for help with Spanish. So I knew it was going to be one of those two, probably. But what do people come to you for advice? Is it advice on their relationship? If so, you could do relationship advice, or whatever you feel like your thing is. That's what I would try to focus on, but you should still experiment, because maybe it'll be something else. You never know. I think you should definitely take inspiration from other successful creators, and you can copy their video formats, but don't get too stuck in that. You need to create stuff that comes from you, that's just you, because that's really what's going to create your personal brand, is having something that only you can create. And then just always try to keep improving, whether it's your editing, your filming, you know, upgrading your camera, getting a microphone, stuff like that. I'm still doing that. I don't have a microphone for this camera. I need to get one. But post every day. Get your reps in. It takes practice and you need to post it. So just try to post every single day. I am now trying to grow on YouTube, and so I'm currently doing a 30-day challenge where I'm going to be posting a YouTube video every single day. And I know it's going to be hard. YouTube is much harder than TikTok because the videos are longer and just require more effort. But I'm right here with you, just on a different platform. I'm excited to be doing long form content now because I feel like I get to show more of my personality, and I feel like the way that you can connect with people on YouTube is very different than TikTok. TikTok, I feel, is a bit more surface level because you just can't get to know somebody in a minute versus having a 10-minute conversation, 20-minute conversation with somebody on YouTube. And I love to talk, so I'm excited to talk more on the internet. So anyways, if you're interested in following my 30-day challenge and watching my growth on YouTube, I'll be making a video at the end of the month as well. But yeah, please like and subscribe, and I'll be posting a video every single day. So I will say, getting to 100,000 subscribers has not like changed my life overnight. I would say I changed throughout the past year. You know, I learned a lot of stuff, and I've gotten to do lots of cool stuff, really. Like, I've worked, honestly, on a bunch of random things. I've worked with a language app. I've worked with restaurants. I got to go to a Karin Leon concert for free. I've done a lot of cool stuff, and I think content creation opens up so many doors, and I would just encourage you to stick with it because I think it's so worth it. And if you like it too, it's just another plus, so.